All right. I'm well, we just hit that. I had a area of interest marked out here, but I deleted it. Let's see if I can get it back. There we go. Perfect. Wow. I wonder where I got that from. I don't remember where I got it from. Maybe CE of the wick there? 4 hour. Oh, it was the order block. It was the order block. Oops. Was it the order block? It was the next order block. It was this one. There we go. Yeah. So yeah, it wasn't exact, but technically they're tagging off of that. And yeah, it was supposed to be based on the fair value gap in the order block if it was a short. But yeah, I would be biased short today if I was going to trade. I'm not trading, but my hunch is that it's short because we the flows were bullish yesterday, but the thing was we had some bear flows and Qs, and the flows were bullish and price was going up, and we kept going up. So it's like it's played out. So I think the only thing they could do is either, yeah, you could keep buying, or they're going to take profit into the open. And with the Q's flows being bearish there, I think that's exactly what's happening. Is this is a short, but I would want to see if I was to be short, there could still be long, which there may be right now. I mean, yeah, there's SMT with the news level there already, but ah, go back, my friend. Just anchor this. So yeah, there's SMT here already. It's like the inverted SMT, which might have been the short, but I've been struggling with that one lately on the Dow. Um, the one that does make sense is if NASDAQ comes up here and gets SMT with ES. That would be my confirmation. But I'd also need, and it looks like we're just about to do that. We've created relative equal highs already with that. And ES has already created somewhat of like a displacement looking move. I need to just change this up. Just need more space here. All right. And so what would be the level here on the higher time frame? Well, we've got um, well, it could just be this um uh, BPR order block thing that I've traded so many times with the fair value gobble. And the cool thing is that there's a little gap there. Oh, no, it's already come above that, but there's another one there. Yeah, I think this could be a short. The problem with the short is that you're fighting the headwinds of the higher time frame. Well, I mean, that's not a problem with it. But yeah, I think ES may want all these smooth highs. And if I was to get short, I'd just get short. Quickly zoom out to the 5 minute. Yeah, I mean, there's a little gap there, but yeah, you could just use this 15-minute candle maybe as your entry. Oops, man, I'm doing weird things today. Where's the drop? And why is it up here? So yeah, maybe if that hits, you could go short, maybe target just the next logical low. And the entry might not even be good. Let's see. No, yeah, that makes sense above all these smooth highs. Somewhere right there. I mean, there is SMT with Dow Jones too. That's what's interesting. Yeah, I'd want it to come up into a premium here since Nasdaq could just keep going. Nasdaq might just be heading for the order block. And right now we've got bullish flows on Tide. We've got bearish looking flows on SPY. That isn't fully in play, but just like fighting back and forth. Q's is bullish, Q's Holdings is bullish, but that could always flip. Russell's bearish, Dow is bearish, and SPY is looking like it could flip. Yeah, I mean, this would be for me, that's what I would have wanted to enter on. And if it didn't play, then just have to miss out on that. But if I was going to short it, if I had slept well, that's the only idea I'm thinking of right now. But yeah, there very well could be a long here. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, we do have, I don't know, we took out the low there. And YM has also made S&T. Um, but it didn't take out that low. I mean, and then we just took out the open, so something. Yeah. I think it's manufacturing these highs, and there's going to be a little long here. I think they need time to fully unload. Whoa. Crazy bear call in SPY there. Calls completely puking. Q's reverse to there. Yeah, if this came up, maybe I should just take it small. Maybe I should log in. Yeah, I could see Q still hitting one more high too, because just looking to the left here, usually you'd want to take this high out. And we've got like the S&T sort of thing with the new week opening gap too already. And we've got one with Russell and the Dow. So, and now YM has swept up above that high. There might have been a short there on Russell actually. Well, there definitely was. But yeah, I mean, there was maybe a short there on Russell. The hard part is I wouldn't like Russell to me could still keep going higher. So it's like, okay, where's really we can reverse? Well, looks like the short is playing, but I would have been wrong about getting in. I got a call about our thing. Oh wait, let me mute the stream. All right. It does look like something's happening here again. It would be interesting to get that move, but this is funny. I drew that out yesterday. It was the whole idea was using this order block, and technically, technically, that's why I drew it because I wasn't sure about it. But technically, oh yeah, I blocked it. That's why. That's where you should have had your risk. So it could have been a trade that would be worth it, maybe, but I just don't like to risk. Um, I just don't know enough about reading the price from my model other than risking the real invalidation because that's just too many variables to know yet, which we're figuring that out. But yeah, this would be if you're using this as your entry model, then this would have been the proper risk, which would have turned this into a pretty good trade. We got smooth lows down here, so this would be the logical draw liquidities below these support resistance liquidity levels. But I still think this short on ES may set up too. We didn't manufacture those highs pretty cleanly. And now it's for sure the flows are bearish, though they obviously are coming back up with this move back up. And then Nasdaq's gonna take this high. I mean, yeah, we've created a lot of liquidity here. I think I might actually log in and just take one ES contract. Only if it like gives me that. We are a little past the open though. I'd give it a few more minutes to really give it to me. But other than that, what do we got here? We got a little yellow folder in a few minutes, so actually that might still work. Just logging in. Man, Russell puking, dude. Holy. Russell's leading the way for the short. Alright. Let me even also calculate my risk here just in case. So that's about 10 points. So 10 points times 5 is 50 bucks. Perfect. So I'll just put in one little contract there with the NASDAQ moving up.
Order working. Order working.
And then, yeah, that'll be a nice little trade. Kind of like yesterday. Let's see, yeah, the flows. Flows are coming back for the bulls. They're really coming back. But man, ES is just so weak. And ES does not need to, it doesn't need to trade back up into here. I'm just thinking that that's what's possible. It just, these highs are so smooth. NASDAQ looks like it wants to come back up. Russell, dude, that would have been a really, really nice trade. Russell was the trade, but I need to review it because there's something I got all messed up trying to do this similar type of a setup last week and took a few losses on it or something. It wasn't, I don't know if it was last week. Just some other time. What are Q's holding? Still bullish. Yeah, these just keep oscillating a lot. SPY is still kind of bearish. And yeah, this might just be too weak. But the thing is, NASDAQ could really move though. There's this gap here. Oh, that must have been the news. No, it's not news yet. Russell has come down to that order block. Keep doing that. I need to just fix my mouse because I can just change it to the back button. There we go. There's NASDAQ pushing through. Should hear. I think it'll punch through this high here into this gap. I'm sure that there's. Oh, this is the 1 hour. Yeah. 15-minute. There's probably something there. Yeah, there's an order block there. Let's go back to the hour chart. As for ES, it's just below that. Flows are coming back, but at the same time, yeah, I want to see. As we're coming up into here, I do want to see something start to happen here that's bearish. Otherwise, I'll just cancel this order. Because this could just be. Okay, yeah, we still got a few more minutes. There we go. I want to see it happen like right into the news. Otherwise, I'm not interested. But yeah, as for Russell, hasn't taken out any levels yet. And these lows are so smooth, maybe it bounces and then comes back down if this can keep playing. Yeah, that 1 hour candle is pretty big. And it closes right here into the news. What about Dow? I didn't look at the Dow. Yeah, didn't really take out anything besides like maybe midnight. No. Yeah, we're still quite a ways. Alright, news is in 1 minute. We got the order block lined up right with that high there. NASDAQ is just shy of that gap. It has punched through, so that's technically, I mean, that's enough, honestly, but I think it could still go up to there. I mean, and then technically there's S&T with the AM high, but that's where I always get tricked up because it ends up sweeping that and it ends up just being the real invalidation. Could even come up into here, you know? There we go. News. Move up into NASDAQ into the gap. Is there anything bearish here? Premiums are still low, but the volumes are kind of supporting the bulls. Qs is very bullish. SPY. I don't know, it seems like something's still bearish there. Well, it looks like that was it, maybe. Just move up there on Q's and then on NASDAQ. Doesn't seem like we would get an entry now. But actually, ES could manipulate above that high still, I think. NASDAQ looks like it's done. Looks like that was it. Well, sweet. Yeah, you know what? This does make more sense to me now, specifically because Russell also took this high out while we were still maintaining the higher time frame SMT, and then we're still maintaining that, and then we had a change in character here into a PD array, and this had already taken out liquidity, and if this was like the the high, so that would make sense for that to show up, and boom, there you go. That was totally the trade of the day, and that's the one that I should have taken. When did that occur? Yeah, right before the open. Oh, right into the open. So yeah, that lines up about perfect. And this would have been the order block here. Let's look at the 15. So yeah, the entry would have been right at the open here. And yeah, I mean, technically, let me just look at this. Yeah, right into the CE of that. And then even into the wick. Man, why does this keep disconnecting, dude? Man, this keeps disconnecting. Um, as soon as anyone took out a major low, so yeah, which nobody is near but Russell. This would have been my first target, but higher time frame. I think, I think it goes all the way down here. That's crazy. That would have been legendary. Too bad I didn't sleep. Yeah, dang. Yeah, I probably would just get out most of it right there. But with this deep of a move, it seems like there could be a long now. Once this delivers to where it wants to go. I'm surprised. Huh. I would have thought that that would have been it. For ES and NASDAQ. But yeah, Russell did take out the True Day Open. Maybe that's like the lowest hanging fruit. But I do think it probably go. I think it's just gonna go take out all the lows.
Order cancelled.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's a crazy trade. And now we're about to hit. I mean, look how heavy this is looking. So I would take like 70, 80% off right there, and then hold the rest as runners at these next lows. And there you go, NASDAQ took that high out. No entry there on ES. Russell's about to hit that target. Yeah, this is just as good as trading to me, honestly. It's tapering. Well, yeah, well. Well, with how bullish these flows are, I actually think I would probably just get all the way out. Yeah, I would leave like a tiny runner, one little micro, even though this could just turn out to be a super bearish day. It's like there are there are some things that aren't like I don't really like. There's SMT here, so that should deliver, but yeah, it's just kind of tricky with the flow to me. There we go. PT hit on Russell there and on the Dow. First PT, but Dow seems like it could head here. Maybe not today, we'll see, but there you are. So yeah, there you go. I mean, there's SMT with ES and Nasdaq. I don't want to be short that. So yeah, I'd probably be getting L out there. That's a really good trade. So, but yeah, maybe there's still the narrative here. So, like this all looks just so clean. What's tomorrow? There's no news tomorrow. So weekly candle wise. Oops. Yeah, we're just creating the wick on this weekly candle after delivering to the upside daily candles. We've swept a lot of liquidity. Yeah, maybe today and tomorrow seems like we'd want to come down and take out these wicks from Tuesday. So that all lines up. Cool. That's good enough for me. It's like it's either gonna keep going or we're gonna have something a little bouncing. I think it'll be like yesterday. I think it's gonna keep going, but I'm not super convinced just because of like the what ES and Nasdaq look like. I guess they're oof, never mind. Yeah, this might just be headed all the way down. And then that's why I would have left one little runner for this big low, which would be double the R on like 10-20% of the trade, which would be, yeah, I mean, that turns from, yeah, whatever. All right, well, yeah, that seems like that was the trade of the day for sure, and we'll see what happens tomorrow. This does seem, now that I got that 4 hour on there and the S&T of the new week opening gap to last week's new week opening gap, um, seems like we're gonna rotate back down at least below these lows. The flow is just not there to really. The tide is just completely bullish. I mean, the puts did rise there with volume, but I think this may just be a Russell Dow thing. Yeah, still could get a pullback in these guys, but I don't think they're going to come all the way down to Thursday or to Tuesday's low. So yeah, I would just need to dissect what really happened here with. Oh, okay. So maybe what happened here. If we go to the 5 minute, there we go. So on the 5 minute, this could all be seen as one order block, but on the 15 minute, it's like down here. So technically, we traded through it, and then there we go. We're just trading back into the order block, which would have not really been what I would have wanted to get in on. I would have still saw 50% or something like that. So yeah, that's tough. Unless this is really gonna dump, but that's just not. That's not the R that I'd be looking for. I'd have to somehow have had conviction in something here. Maybe that we created it, traded through it, came back into it, and then traded through this one. But we still kind of took that out almost. And then yeah, there was SMT there, but it's just not clear to me for risk. And yeah, the obvious best trade was this, and that's exactly what you'd want to take. Especially since on the all-time high, if this is following the bearish move still, Russell was the weaker one. See? So, this makes sense. Yeah, why am I thinking why? At least this higher time frame and efficiency, and then Russell. We've just got so many smooth lows. This was just like, this isn't the real target for my runner. It would be just around this. I'd be really watching the Dow, because the Dow looks like it wants that. So as soon as one of them is down into this area, if Dow takes this low out without Russell and Russell's up here taking that wick or just this one, then I would get out. Alright, good enough for the stream, man. Adios.